Hey folks, welcome back to the Portable Gamer, welcome back to American Truck Simulator, and welcome to Ukiah, California. So we just slept, we just fueled up, and let me tell you what's going on. So I finally gave up on the vineyard jobs. We dropped off and picked up from multiple vineyards multiple times, and we never got a single. It's a Steam achievement. You have to drop off or pick up. I can't remember, one of the two. You drop off or you pick up from the three vineyards in, it's Eureka, San Rafael. Jesus, getting out of this damn gas station is going to be like the whole episode. Eureka, San Rafael, and Carlsbad. Right? And typically, I only have like 4 Steam achievements left. Like left to go in American Truck Sim, and I kind of want the rest of them. I don't know. It's a silly thing, but 100%, whatever. I think you get a badge for it. Whatever. But we're not getting any closer to it, and I think it's because I'm using the Real Company Names mod. I don't know if Steam is like waiting. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. It ain't happening. Is what I'm getting at. It ain't happening. So I give up. There's a couple other Steam achievements. One of them is to deliver to the 2 quarries in Nevada. Nevada. Which is Elko and Pioche. That's going to be a minute. The other one, well, there's 2 other ones. One is to deliver a heavy job, more than 1,000 miles, with no tickets, no fines, no damage. So we were in Reading. I think we were in Reading. Yeah, we dropped off in Reading. So I deadheaded over to Ukiah. We're going to pick this thing up. I'm going to try to haul it 1,400 miles with no damage and no tickets. We just slept. We just fueled up. I have to say, less than confident. But I'm a little frustrated. Now, the other thing, 2 of the other achievements that are remaining, one of them is $100,000 from 5 consecutive heavy cargo jobs, right? So if we want to do that, this would be the first of those 5. Assuming we get it there. I mean, I'm sure we'll get it there, but you know what I mean, like with no delivery, or not delivery, with no, help me out here. It's late. Damage, with no damage. So we got to start somewhere. I mean, it's a Steam achievement. I've done it before. I did it in ETS. I don't know if I've done it in ATS, but I did the long, heavy beeping. I did the long, heavy in ETS, so I know it can be done. I know I can do it. But we'll do this in 2 parts, because 26 hours, this is a couple hours of driving time. So we'll do this in 2 parts, I think is the best way to do it. And then, like I said, this will be, the other achievement is to make $100,000 in 5 consecutive heavy cargo deliveries. So then this would just be the first of 5. So we can kill 2 birds with 1 stone, or we can kill 1 entire bird and 20% of another bird, which is math. And then the other 2 are delivering to the 2 quarries, which, and again, we may be able to do a little bird killing by, oh, this is going to be such a pain in the ass. Oh, it really is. This might end up being 3 episodes. Because if we also have heavy equipment coming back and it needs to be delivered to one of the quarries, then we would get, right, that would count for another one of the 5 jobs in a row, the 5 heavy cargoes in a row. And, what, is that a goddamn U-turn down there? What is that? Oh, game. And we'll also be able to sort of confirm whether or not it's the name mod that's causing the problems. Because if we make a delivery to one of those 2 quarries and we don't get any credit for it, then I think it's safe to assume at that point that something is not necessarily bugged out, but you know what I mean. Like, it ain't happening. Jesus. Oh, come on, game. Yeah, there you go, buddy. Right through there. Well, I need all that lane to do this. I'm just going to have to be patient and let all these fools pull out. I guess on the plus side, I thought I had them jammed in there, but I don't. It's a stop sign that they're all stopping for. So when this last gangster goes, then I'm going. Come on. So you see what I'm saying? We'll definitely be able to, well, I don't know that we'll be able to get it delivered, but we'll definitely take this heavy job if we pull it off. That's a steam achievement. It's 1/5 of a second steam achievement, and if one of the remaining 4/5 of the steam achievements involves a delivery to a BHT Billiton quarry in either Elko or Pioche, then that will be half of another steam achievement. I think you see what I'm saying. There's some algebra in there. Maybe. Oh, this is so nerve-wracking because it's like you get to a certain point where it's like it's not necessarily what you do. You need a little cooperation from the game. Because I need to go like all the way out into that other lane, and I need to kind of stay out there for a minute. So I need the game to cooperate. And we did, I think I told you in the last episode, we did swap this out. We swapped out the Cummins that we were running, the 1400 horsepower, for Detroit Diesel Series 60 at 585 horsepower. But it's like 1,830 foot-pounds of torque. So I think we'll be okay with this thing, whatever it is, 90,000 pounds or something. Right, okay. Well, if it's a lot of interstate, if it's a lot of freeway from here, then that's something. So, tell you what, let's go till we need to sleep. That's a nice round number. Let's just go till we need to sleep. That's about 400 miles, which is about, I don't know. Let's just go till dark. Because it'll be dark. It will get dark and we'll need to sleep right about the same time. And I don't think, I mean, I know we just started a few minutes ago. This is going to sound totally mental. But I don't think we took any damage yet. And I don't think we got a ticket yet. So, right. And then the only other Steam achievements I have, one of them is to hit all the scenic overlooks on the Colorado River. I have 4 of 6. And then the other one is to go to every truck stop in New Mexico. And there's 22 of those, and I have 4 of them so far. So clearly I don't spend a lot of time at truck stops. So, one at a time. We're already committed to this one, so we'll get this one knocked out. Oh, and the other thing is, this is going back in the general direction. No, reverse that. We're going exactly the opposite direction of the way that we want to go. But when we get to where we're going, then we will sort of reverse course. Yep, 0 damage so far. But the damage is challenging enough, but the no tickets is the tricky one. Because, like, if some fool pulls out behind us, right, like, where we just had to make that big, like, compound right turn, like, come up the street, make the right turn out into traffic, and then make another right turn down the ramp onto the freeway. If we were halfway through that compound right turn and some gangster tried to, like, sneak past us on the right, and I either didn't see him or he just pulled in there and stopped, and now it's like, well, shoot, I can't back up. Not with a Jeep, a trailer, and a Stinger. I can't back up, and I can't pull forward So, like, no matter what we did at that point, we would hit him and we would get a fine. So stuff like that. I assume that there's a way to not get around that, but I assume that there's a way to be careful enough that that never happens. I just feel like, as silly as this sounds, I feel like I've never had to be that careful. Like, I hate tickets and I hate fines and I hate, like, this is going to sound crazy, but I hate not being perfect. But you know what? I get a ticket every now and then. It's not the end of the world. I take damage every now and then, or I do something dumb. I clipped a guardrail in Euro Truck a few weeks ago, and it's still like haunting me. I tried to do this as realistically and as perfectly as I can, as well as I can. I screw up, it's not the end of the world. But for something like this, it's like, I know you can't screw up, particularly not. It's 1,400 miles. Man, if we go like 1,200 miles and I do something dumb and get a ticket, I might come unglued. I might actually come unglued and just have a complete fit. So we'll try to avoid that. Everything's going smooth so far. I know it's only been a few minutes. Everything's going smooth so far. Truck is behaving. Trailer's behaving. I want to look at it. I want to look at it. But I don't want to, because I don't want to, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to cause any drama. Oh, the temptation. Oh, it's like I want to be a good person. I want to be a good person, but it's like, it's not evil. It's like, I just get so tempted. Like right now. I want to see it. So as soon as we get through the sun, we're going to look at it. Okay, you ready? Here we go. We're going to look at it. Screenshot. Okay. Whew. Now, I'm also hoping we don't need to do anything crazy like go through San Francisco. Okay. Maybe we won't. Because it does that sometimes. Like, it routes you directly through San Francisco. And I suppose a good solution would be for me to actually look at the map before I begin my trip and plan my route. But that would involve thinking. And game with the lag spikes. That one wasn't too bad. I think we are actually a little ways east of the city. I think we might be. I'd like to believe that we are. I'm hoping that we are, because it does sometimes route you like through neighborhoods in San Francisco, and I really don't think I could pull that off. I'll be impressed if I can pull this off just on freeways. If it puts us like in a neighborhood, forget it. But we'll see if we can make this happen. Now the other thing is, it's possible that the game is just, I don't want to say broken, but it's possible that I have so many mods that I am not going to get any more Steam achievements. And this is just a fool's errand, and no good is going to come of it. But we will make, I think it's, what was it, like 65 grand? The downside to that is we have almost $2 million, and I don't even know what to do with it. I have so much money, and I'm so, like, oh, Rayleigh's. Oh. I have so much money, and I'm, like, so on the fence about what to do with it. I was thinking about buying a Kenworth. And this is the Bay Bridge, no? Yep. So it's gonna, oh, son of a, at the other end of this bridge is that like 270-degree turning ramp, and then we're gonna go through traffic. Well, you know what? I'm just gonna do it. I ain't scared. I'm just going to do it, and I'm just going to make the most of it, and that's just going to be that. And that'll be how that works out. It's too late now. Good render, good frame rate. I will keep working on those lag spikes. I don't know what the deal is. I truly do not. got something to do with shadow play, and that's about all I know. Just send me around the city. Don't send me through the city. Right. Oh. Okay. Well, nothing we can do now. I keep saying that. It's like I'm trying to talk myself into not being upset about it. I'm not upset about it. I'm really not. But I'm anxious. Yeah, that's a good word for it. I'm a little bit anxious as to like what's going to happen next. But I could look at the map. I could see if it's going to route us through the city. I don't think it is. I feel like we're a little bit further out. Oh, should I look at the map? I want to. But then another part of me is like, no, you don't need to look at the map. To the 80 and the 5. We can do the 80 and the 5. As long as it doesn't send us through the city. We would have wanted the 5. If we were going to get on the 5, we would have wanted it right there. All right. No, we have to be south of the city now, because San Francisco is like literally at the end of the Bay Bridge. So if we were going to drive into the city, see, like that guy right back there, get away from me. Leave me alone. If we were going to drive through the city, we would have driven through the city as soon as we got off the bridge. So I think we're okay. And we're speeding. And we're merging. All right, just keep me on the freeways. Keep me on the freeways. Freeways I can deal with. So I think we're south of this city. I think we're down near San Jose now. So we're about to get into the back country. Because once you get south of San Jose, there's not really a whole lot till you hit like Oxnard. The whole Central Valley is pretty sparse. I mean, in real life. Right. Oakland, huh? Was that not the Bay Bridge? That had to be. Was that another bridge? No, that was... Well, it couldn't have been, because we're heading south, and we're getting into... Oh, but this is perfect, because we're east of Oakland. So we're not going to need to mess with any shenanigans. I don't know what bridge that was that we went over, but that is the Bay Bridge, I believe, out to our right. Yep, it sure is. I don't want to look. I'm not going to look. But if that's Oakland, yep. Oh. Well, it didn't send us through a city yet. So, perfect. And especially San Francisco. That is, we just drove through there the other day. It's fun, but it's a tight city. Nobody do anything dumb. That's right. You stop right there. You let me through. It's pretty. It's fun, but it's very tight. I like the sound on this Detroit diesel. I think maybe it's the first or second time we've run a Detroit diesel. I think we ran one in our 389 a couple months ago. It's been a minute. Okay. So we're not quite past San Jose yet, but we're getting close. And then it's not wide open, but there's really not a whole lot. There's nothing to run into, is what I'm saying. And I guess the upside to this is, even if we do get a ticket, even if we do take like 1% damage, we're still going to deliver the job. It's a fun job, and we're still going to get, what, I don't know, 40, 50 grand for it. I don't feel like taking my eyes off the road to look, but we'll get a couple bucks for it. But then we need to figure out something to do with the money. What do we do? Build a Kenworth? I don't know, man. It feels wrong. It just feels wrong to me. Like in my soul, it feels wrong. I don't know. Or we could buy a garage and buy like just 5 generic Peterbilt day cabs and put 5 drivers to work. You want to try to get like $10 million? I'm easy, man. I don't care. Haven't decided yet. We got to figure it out, because, well, if we don't do anything, eventually we're going to have like 10 million anyway. Then what do we do? Start buying garages everywhere. Right. Oh, we got to go over the grapevine too. I think we ought to be okay with this truck. As long as we keep our momentum, we should be okay. And I already forgot where we're taking this. Somewhere in Arizona? Artesia, New Mexico. Oh, I just saw I thought we were getting paid 40 grand for this. We're getting paid 140 grand for this. We got to buy something after we drop this off. Well, let's buy a garage in Artesia. Let's just do something with money. We're just making money. We're not spending it. Let's have a little fun. And Artesia, if I'm not mistaken, is at the end of a ridiculously long and winding road. So, okay. Got our work cut out for us here. But I ain't scared. Let's see it. While we were in there, I forgot to look how we're doing on sleep. 9 hours, and it's 11 a.m. So we'll need to sleep around 8 p.m. around 2000. And that's about the time it gets dark anyway. So that's perfect. We'll just go till dark. But I'm going to start looking for a place to sleep well before dark. I have to keep going back to this window. 53 hours to deliver this job. So we can sleep a lot. We can sleep as often as we want. We don't need to worry about running out of time. So let's just go till dark, pull in at sleep, and then we'll continue this job next week. And tomorrow, I'm recording this Saturday night. I'm going to post it so it'll be up tomorrow, Sunday. I'm also going to put up a race video, probably a Assetto Corsa. And then that's the last time we're going to do 2 episodes in one day. From here on out, it's going to be 1 episode per day. I was going to wait till I was at 200 episodes, but there's no reason to wait. There's no, nothing's going to be gained by that. So I'm going to start going to 1 episode per day beginning Monday. Post these tomorrow. I'm going to post this in a race video. Yeah. And when I repeat myself like that, I'm confirming to myself what I just said. It's not like Johnny two times. It's not like that. I wouldn't say I'm half out of my mind when I'm driving my truck, but I'm kind of focused on the truck, and I'm kind of just like talking off the top of my head, not necessarily making a bit of sense. So sometimes I like to confirm that I didn't just spout absolute nonsense. Don't do anything crazy. Oh, game. This is new. This is a new insane thing that it's doing, and after the lag spike, then it's like it makes up for all the lag. So initially it goes like 2 seconds of game time. No, reverse that. It goes like 10 seconds of game time. No, I had it right the first time. 2 seconds of game time in 10 seconds of real time. It stretches it way out. But then it's like it's got to get back to normal, so it takes 8 seconds of game time and makes it go by in 2 seconds of real time. That's new. It used to just like skip frames and then sort of catch up where it was. Now it's like catching up to where it needs to be, if that makes sense. But it's going to wreck me, and I don't know. As always, I do not know what is causing it, and I do not know how to fix it. It's bugging the hell out of me, and it really bothers me in race videos. It bothers me when I'm recording a race video, because that will absolutely wreck you. Like here, we can have a lag spike when we're going, straight and steady on a freeway. It's not cool, it's not okay, but we're just going straight. Like it's not that big a deal. But if it happens in a race game, in a race sim, when it catches up again, the car is like completely crossed up and sideways, and then you wreck. So it bothers me when it happens in truck sim, but it's like there's no consequences. It's just annoying and embarrassing. When it happens in a race sim, there's consequences. If it starts causing consequences in truck sim, then I don't know what I'll do. I guess I'll just order my Elgato and be done with it. I mean, I kind of want to do that anyway, because I feel like every capture app that I've run in my laptop, as much as it promises not to affect frame rate, all of them do a little bit. And all of them have like all these elaborate setups and parameters because they're sharing resources with the CPU and the GPU. And with Elgato, it's like you don't have that. You plug your HDMI into Elgato, and then you run another HDMI from Elgato to a monitor, and then you're done. And that's it. And then you run a USB from Elgato back in, and you use that to control Elgato. But it's got like 80 gig of flash memory on board, and you just turn it on, and as soon as it gets signal, it starts recording, and that's the end of it. And then when you're done, you send it back into your system via USB for editing, and you're good. It's as simple as can be. So I've tried all of them. I think I've tried half a dozen different capture apps. Shadowplay that we're in right now works, I have to say, the best, but it's far from perfect. And in these truck sims, it seems to be specifically ATS and ETS lag spikes, and I have no idea why. So yep, if it starts wrecking me, then we're going to need to get Elgato. Also, just what a super cool name too. I like, there's a product called Elgato, which is, it's funny because I'm not really too fond of gatos. I'm more of a dog guy, but still a great name. Right. Well, I wouldn't say we're necessarily making short work of this, because we're not making really great time, but I feel like we're making steady time, which I would have to say is probably the best kind. And I think, yep. I don't know what I want to do about if we drop off. Well, there's several possibilities. There's one possibility is that all my Steam achievements are broken. It has nothing to do with a name mod, that it's some other mod in there that's breaking things. If that's the case, then delivering this, we'll make a ton of money and we'll get a bunch of XP, but we won't get a Steam achievement. Which is fine. We'll know that they're broken, and that will simplify things in the future. If we get this one, we still need to figure out the wineries and the quarries. Oh, and the other thing we can do, because we're dropping off in like the far reaches of New Mexico. You want me to make a list of the truck stops? Yeah, okay, I can do that. I can make a list of the truck stops, off camera, of course, and then we will, this guy, are you kidding me? I'll make a list of all the truck stops, and I'm not saying that we'll you can bypass green light. Okay, we're going past it. So I'm not saying that we'll like drive, because I've got 4 of 22, that leaves what, 18. I'm not saying we'll drive to all 18 like one after the other, but on our way back out of New Mexico, maybe we can tick a few of those off the list, right? And get closer to that Steam achievement as well. And if I get this, and I have, like I said, I have like 4 left, 5 left. If I get this, then I think this will be the first sim ever in my whole life where I had all of the Steam achievements. It'll be like a Christmas miracle, but in June. But still, it'll count. So, all right. So that's several things that I can do, several things that we can do, and hopefully we'll knock those out. What was the other thing? Oh, was there one other thing? I can't remember. I thought there was one other thing I was going to tell you. I can't remember. We're actually making a really good time. I thought I wanted to get the first 400 miles done, which was, it's kind of funny because our goal is to go further than 1,000 miles, and I wanted to get 400 done, which would be like, whatever, not quite 30% of the trip, but we would still have the full 1,000 miles to go, which is the original length of the goal, even though we'd already driven 400 miles. I think you see what I'm saying. But I think we're going to be able to get more, like maybe 500 or 600 today. I mean, if we could get 700, that would be half. That would be fantastic, because that means we could do this in 2 episodes instead of 3. So let's just keep on moving, nice and steady, nice and smooth, and see if we can get another 300 miles before the sun goes down. Should be no problem, because we're going 60 miles an hour, so that's 5 hours approximately, which would bring us in right around 6:30. So it's possible that we could have over half of this trip done, 700 miles of this trip done, before the end of day 1. And we have 53 hours to get it delivered. So, cool. Okay. Let's just keep doing what we're doing. Nice and smooth, nice and steady. Oh, I do need to keep in mind, though, the length of the episode. I want to say it's going to be about an hour. But you can skip to the end if you want. You can pause and come back to it. You can do whatever you want. I trust your judgment. You do what you need to do. I also need to find a way. I mean, I guess I could screen cap it and like throw it up in the edit, but I need to find a way to show you if I get the Steam achievement. It should throw it up very quickly, very briefly down in the corner of the menu. Like at the instant that we drop off, it'll pop it up there and say like whatever it's called. Oh, I forget what it's called. Something about heavy. Something. I don't know, whatever. So you'll be able to see it like just for a millisecond. But I wouldn't mind like screen capping the whole screen with all my Steam achievements. No, maybe I would mind doing that, because that's, as I think about it, that's actually kind of silly. Yeah, forget it. I'm not going to do that. If it pops it up, fantastic. And if it doesn't, then whatever. It doesn't. So it goes. Right. This is probably the most focused I think I've been driving since I started recording videos. Maybe when we had the frosty physics going, right? When we had the slippery physics, when we were in Scandinavia. Maybe. Okay. As far as ATS though, I think, yeah, this is the most concentration I've ever had. Want to be perfect. Now it's telling me to get over, but I'm a truck. Well, this is screwy. Oh, I don't like this at all. I'm just going on the GPS. The GPS said stay to the left. Oh, game. Be out here in no man's land. Are we? Wow, we're all the way at coming up on the Grapevine? I think we are. Yeah, we are. Okay. All right, this will be interesting. 600 horsepower. What did we say? Like 1,300, 1,400 foot-pounds of torque? And 90,000 pounds, I think, over the Grapevine. We should be okay. We'll just gear down a lot. Truck lane. That's me. Actually, I am just creeping already. You know, there was one episode of ETS2, early days when I first started recording. There was an episode where I couldn't get a load over a hill in, oh, maybe Switzerland. Still doing all right. Right. What did we say our goal was? 700. We want to get 700 miles down, and that'll leave us 700 miles to go. We can do this. We can totally do this. Oh, game. Right? It's a new thing now. That's what's weird about it. It's a new thing. Because it was doing the lag spike. Now it's doing a different kind of lag spike. So it's like it's changing. It's evolving. Skynet. Lagnet. Right. And then we also need to figure out where we're going to sleep too. Like what kind of truck stop we're going to sleep in. And we may... I don't want to come up short on sleep. I don't want to risk a ticket. So I think if anything, like my goal today was to only go 400 miles. And we've already exceeded that. So I feel like we're in a pretty good place miles wise, right? So we're trying to get to 700. That's going to be it for the day. Is this guy going to let me over? Trying to get to 700 miles remaining, right? 700 miles left to go. We're trying to get there today. But if we get to like 800 miles left to go and we see a great place to sleep, I'm just going to take it and not mess with it, because I have a bad habit of doing that. You know, I kind of push my luck and it bites me in the ass a lot. So we may sleep sooner rather than later. And it's what, 15:30 now? Okay, we're doing good. I'm saying that. I'm like reassuring myself as I'm saying that. But we actually are doing pretty good. Are we? We're doing good. We've got just regular wear and tear on the truck, no damage on the trailer. Not yet. You know, it's funny, in my ETS profile, we're broke. We have like 8,000 euro. 8,000, yeah, we're based out of France. We have 8,000 euro. And here we have, coming up on 1.9 million. And we're going to make 150,000 just from this one job. And I'm like, oh, you know, we have so much money. What are we going to do with all our money? Let's just make something up. And then I think, like, in another profile, I'm freaking out about money, because I don't know what happens if you can't make your loan payments and you go broke. Kind of curious about that. I think we'll be okay, because we do have one driver, and we can always sell a truck too if we need some. Oh crap. Let me get back up to speed here and I'll check. I don't think we scuffed it. Nope. Oh, game. I look at the GPS instead of the like overhead signage, because I know the overhead signage is it's just wrong sometimes. It doesn't make any sense. But at the last second I saw that they were like saying the same thing. It's telling me to get off here. Oh, I don't like the look of this at all. Okay. Why is it sending us through LA? Why is it sending us like on a back street through LA when we could just go down there? Okay. And again, you know, I'm crying the blues about that, but it wouldn't take a whole lot for me to check the map before I start the trip and just set it up manually to go where I wanted to. So that's just me being, it's just me being me. I get enthusiastic. What can I say? All right, we're doing good. Doing good. As we drive like right into the city. Alright, so we got another 200 miles to go today, maximum. 4:30, so we got about 3.5 hours till dark. Right. Good, we're doing good. Oh. Okay. Back on the freeway. You know what? I'm going to stay over here. Got plenty of lane. Got plenty of road. I can't see this lane ending anytime soon. Let's just stay over here. Stay out of trouble. All right. 1700. See how we're doing on sleep. 3 hours till we need to sleep. Let's start looking now. Next place we can sleep, we're pulling in there. And I want to say there's a truck stop out in the desert between LA and Vegas. There's a truck stop in Baker, Barstow. Somewhere between LA and Vegas, I want to say there's a truck stop big enough that we can get this thing in there. And I don't... maybe. I was thinking we don't need fuel, but I just looked and we're about 50%. Our tank's about 50%, and we're not even 50% done, like miles-wise. So I guess we do need fuel. And I am not opposed, if we find a truck stop with fuel, I am not opposed to dropping this thing in like the back farthest corner of the lot and just driving over to get fuel without it. You know, no trailer, we'll just drive over and get fuel, and then we'll sleep with no trailer, and then in the morning we'll hook back up again. Which I didn't know, in ATS and ETS, I didn't know for the longest time that you could do that, and I used to just suffer, particularly in ETS, looking for places to sleep with a trailer on and just torturing myself. All right, we're on the 10. Why we're on the 10? Why was I thinking we were on the 15? Well, either way, we're on the 10. Okay. Gotta sleep. Gotta sleep. 2 hours and 13 minutes. Next place we see we can sleep, we're pulling in. That's it. This U-Haul truck back here is making me very uncomfortable. I want him to go past me and then go be somewhere else forever. Leave me alone. Go, buddy. Alright, there's our first yawn. I could look at the map. I could see how far out we are. I'm not doing it. Yeah, just go. Hate that guy. Alright. So this would be Palm Springs approximately in the real world. Oh. Hope I didn't play this wrong. I mean, on the one hand, there hasn't really been a place to sleep. So it's not like we could have done anything differently, but it's still always kind of, you know, I always second guess myself, like, oh, you know, should I have done this or should I have done that? But we'll see. I'm almost 1,000% positive that there is a truck stop with fuel up here, and we'll get pulled over. I want to look, man. I want to zoom the map in and look, but it's just, I won't let myself do it. Oh, something on the horizon. Nope, nothing. My mistake. Something, there's one on the other side. That looks like a rest stop. Yep, is there one on my side? There's one on that side. Is there one on my side? Oh, cruel fate. What about me? Can we get to it? We cannot. We could get off and come back to it. Is it worth it with this trailer? Is it worth it? And then we'd have to go back the other way right? Like we'd have to continue. We're heading east now. If we turn around and headed west, oh, an hour. I see a place to sleep. I'm gonna risk it. I have to. I have to. Right. So fuel, I'm less worried about. I'm just going to pull in here and we'll go to sleep for tonight. I'm less worried about fuel than I am about, because we still got half a tank, so we can get fuel somewhere on the way tomorrow. Like after we get going again, we can get fuel when we're heading east after we get back on the freeway. Right. It's a nice one. It really is. It's perfect for us. And we might even, depending on how things work out, we might even just get fuel tomorrow on the other side of the highway before we get back on the freeway. Perfect. Right. Let's get her into neutral. That might be a screenshot right there. So, turn that off, turn that off. Maybe. There you go. Potential screenshot. Or maybe something like that. Okay. There you go. Folks, let's get back here. No damage so far. Right on. Thanks for stopping back to check out the Portable Gamer. Thanks for joining us for another episode of American Truck Simulator. We will pick this one up. It's going to be a week because we're doing one ATS per week now. So we'll pick this up a week from now and we'll finish it off and we'll get this all the way to Artesia, no damage. Take care now.